Biomes, 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 biomes. We have biomes. Oh, that's weird looking. Hello everyone, this is bugmancx and welcome to episode 40 of Minecraft The Journey. This is the Let's Play series where we've been upgrading a survival world of Minecraft from the earliest development versions we can, and we're upgrading all the way through to whatever the current release will be at whatever point in time that we get there. Right now, we have upgraded to Minecraft Alpha 1.2.0, the Halloween update. And in this version comes some brand new and interesting features, one of which is biomes. So here I am with my trusty camera. Check it out. It's amazing. I just bought it. State of the art. And today we're going to go out biome hunting. We're going to try and find all of the new biomes available in these versions. Now the early biomes are actually a little different to the biomes that we're used to in the future versions of Minecraft. So I think it's going to be interesting to try and find all of these and, well, take a photo of each one and stick it in our photo album. So what I need to do is head out in this direction here and go to some new terrain, because the thing is, we're in old chunks right now. So while these are technically biomes, because of the old world generation, it means that it doesn't really all match up properly. So I would rather just head out this way, find some brand new chunks and get some accuracy in exploring these biomes. Let's recap a little on what some of these biomes are. There are 10 new biomes in this version of the game. They are rainforest, forest, seasonal forest, swampland, savanna, shrubland, taiga, tundra, desert, and plains. All of them have their own unique attributes, and they're all based on weather systems like temperature and rainfall or dampness. And I think we've actually reached the edge of the world, and these must be freshly generated chunks, because if you have a look at that, that's a sheer cliff edge, isn't it? It just looks out of place. Oh yeah, look, dead giveaway. Another one, dead giveaway. This is exciting because this is brand new terrain. So if this is really mountainous, what could that be? Based on my list, I suppose that could be rainforest. Rainforests are a very wet biome with many trees, with a 1 in 3 chance of being large trees. It's a 1 in 10 chance in other biomes. These biomes could be associated with a lot of cliffs and hills, and that's definitely what we're seeing. Look at that, split screen almost. It's such a dead giveaway that we've gone out of the old terrain and into the new. Looks like an ocean here is intersecting some actual land. And what I want to do is head in a little bit further. I also want to wait for the night to pass, because that's really annoying to explore and record. And I want to get past where these chunks intersect, because I want it to be a bit more natural. And there is a possibility out this far that some of the chunks over here could be old and some of the chunks over here could be old, all mixed in a little bit. So I'd prefer to get it nice and fresh. So I'm just going to do a bit of trekking and then find some new biomes. Well, I'm starting to think that this little area here might actually be a rainforest, and I'll tell you why. First, look how high we are. We're basically in the clouds at the moment, and it did say that rainforests typically spawn with a lot of mountainous ranges and sheer cliffs, and there's definitely a lot of that in this general vicinity. But also, have a look at just how many big trees there are. Here, 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 there, over here as well. Past these trees, there's even more of them. So the fact that a rainforest spawns with a 1 in 3 chance of a tall tree growing, whereas in the rest of the biomes it's a 1 in 10 chance, tells me that this area is pretty likely to be a rainforest. So what I think we need to do is find a nice little spot to take a photo of this biome. That's not too bad, is it? You got big trees and you got mountains. Yeah, okay, let's get the camera out, take a photo, and stick it into our photo album. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's give it a title. Rainforest. Alright, we'll have a look at this biome. I think this one is just a straight plains biome that's generated on an island. And look over there. This is our first encounter with pumpkins. That's exciting. There's actually loads of them. So I'm going to go and gather some of these up so we can take them home. I'm pretty excited about pumpkins. I'm pretty sure this is a plains. Ooh, iron. It does say that trees are very few, like that one, and I really don't see another tree here. But the other thing is that the savanna biome is also very devoid of trees, and it is very, very flat. Savanna says a biome with mostly flat terrain and few trees. So the thing is the grass color. The savanna, the grass color ranges from a dull orange to a bluish grey. To me, I'm not even sure what this is yet, and nighttime's not going to help us. Ah, look at you! Let's get one. Oh, our first pumpkin. Look at me. I'm a pumpkin. Pretty convinced now that this is a plains biome, judging by the grass color. And let's get the camera out and take a nice little snapshot of this one. Perfect. And we'll just stick that one right in the album too. Plains. I'm pretty convinced that what I'm looking at here is a tiny little savanna. I mean, some of these biomes are really, really small, but have a look at this. You've got the green plains color coming down here. There's a tiny little desert here and a rather bigger desert over here. And look what happens to the color of the grass. If you look carefully, you can see a tint shift between this grass and that grass, and even that grass over there. It goes more orangey. So let's see if we can even see it up close. Oh, you barely can. But then, I'm pretty convinced this is a savanna, technically a savanna. Very, very small, but a savanna nonetheless. So let's get out our camera, take a nice little shot of this. Perfect. Why are these biomes so small? It's unbearable, isn't it? Well, this is a desert for sure because everything's covered in sand. Oh, look at this. The elusive clay block. Well, I shall be collecting you because we never got to get clay when we came out and explored the new blocks several versions back. I'm looking forward to smelting this up and turning it into some bricks. Anyway, we're getting off topic here because, well, let's just get this up while we're here. Oh, look at that. How much did I get? Over a stack. Oh, over 2 stacks. Beautiful. So yes, this is technically a desert. Well, I keep saying technically because the biomes are so small. It is a desert. So can we get a little bit more of it in since it is so small? Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, ready? I'm starting to wonder how we might go about finding some of these more tricky biomes now. For example, the seasonal forest. Okay, it's described as spawning with a temperature of 97% or greater and a rainfall value between 45 and 90%. They're commonly found between forest and rainforests and near plains biomes. They're identical to forests except they have less trees. So, I was thinking about heading over here because these mountains are a dead giveaway that this is prime rainforest biome area. And so that means that there's going to be some nearby biomes that relate to that as well. And I'm hoping that by luck we might be able to figure out if we're in a seasonal forest by sort of putting ourselves between a rainforest and a forest, really, and just seeing if we can work out and see if there's any difference. Let me head in and have a wander around and see what feels right. I just spent the night on top of a tree. But you know what, I think my brain is absolutely frying because I am looking over all of these biomes and trying to find all of the specific differences that I need to recognize. So I think right ahead of us here is definitely a forest. It's pretty dense, it's full of trees, and it makes sense. Over here is a rainforest because you can tell by the number of tall trees. And so I think over here might be one of the, what are they called again? Seasonal forest. Yeah, maybe, because it's got a thinner assortment of trees. So I think what we'll do is wait for the sun to come up, and then we'll take a nice lovely picture of this forest. Ready? That is beautiful. Then we'll go on and see if we can find some of the other biomes. Do you know what we like here on Minecraft The Journey, ladies and gentlemen? Accuracy. And it's very difficult in these early versions to know exactly which biome is which. Really, I'm going on the criteria that we have. And over here it looks like we've got another little rainforest, and this way the trees are much less dense. And this is sort of telling me that I think this might be one of those seasonal forests, but I can't be sure. There are no in-game methods and no external tools available for this version of the game that are going to help me determine exactly which biome is which, and I wish I could, because I'd quite happily wander around trying to figure it out and then just double check to be sure that I know. But I'm doing my best, and I think that this might meet the criteria, because it needs to be a hot biome, and I think it is, because we've got a desert here and we've got a desert there, so it's a generally hot area. We've got some cliffs up here which indicate rainforesty areas and some more dense groupings of trees. Then over that way we saw how thick that forest was, but you compare that to here where there's a lot less trees, and that's the other piece of criteria. So we're going to call this a seasonal forest. There, that's it. I've called it. Let's take a photo and put it in our album. Now look at this. I'm pretty sure that this is actually a savanna biome. Look at the color of that grass. Look how vast it is. It's very, very flat with only a few trees. It looks like a pretty hot biome with a lot of deserty bits as well, and it extends so far off into the horizon. This, I'm pretty convinced, is a savanna. And what we saw before, that's got to be the other one, the shrubland. The shrubland is described as being identical to a savanna, except it's really, really tiny. And what do we see here? Vastness. And I mean, this could be a plains, but I think it's a savanna because it's so flat and orangey. See how it's just a little bit orangey. And the other one was just really, really tiny, but exactly the same looking kind of grass and everything. So I think what we need to do is take a picture of this one and swap our photos around with the other one. There we go. Let's put that one into the photo album as well. And of course, that one is the actual savanna. Let's go back to the other page now, and we'll just change this one out from savanna to the shrubland. There we go. All done. Well, you've seen how difficult it is for me to tell the difference between a lot of these biomes, but I think this little section here might be Swampland. And the reason that I think that is because the grass is quite bright green, and according to the images I've seen of the early swamplands, the grass is in fact quite green. And then we have this strange little splodge of snow right here. And in the early swamplands, it was possible for snow to form in certain sections of the swampland because of the range of temperatures inside the biome. So it's quite possible, given that that's quite low down. I mean, it's not up on a mountain, so there's no reason for the snow to form at high altitudes or anything. But and there's a little bit more over here as well. I think that this constitutes a swampland. And so let's call it a swampland. And get our camera out. We're going to take a picture of this beauty, and wonderful. One more biome down. This is what I've been searching for hours and hours and hours to find. This is the elusive tundra, full of ice and snow and really no trees. That's how it's described, and this definitely fits the bill. Plenty of ice over the ocean and really no trees in sight on any of the land formations. Let's check out this ice, because we haven't even done anything with that in this version of the game, or at least in this world, because we have played with the Winter World generation before, but it hasn't been accessible in this game. And unfortunately we can't do anything with this ice. It's just gone. no ability to pick it up or do anything with it. And I'm not even sure if it will reform. Actually, if I cast my mind back to when we played in the Winter Wonderland world, the ice did reform, so I expect that it would do the same here. But this is quite a vast area of land, which is pretty cool. And underneath we've just got, grass and stuff. But this is nice. It's kind of refreshing in a way. We need to find the companion biome as well. The, what is that? The taiga. Yeah, the taiga biome. This one is the tundra. That one is the taiga. So as the sun sets, I need to find a spot to take a photo. Now I'm going to have to wait until daytime again. There's a lot of beautiful things to look at from up here, but this is going to be the shot, the one with all of the ice in it. So let's get our good old trusty camera ready, take our picture. And we've only got one more biome left for the photo album. Oh man, this game needs ice skates. And here it is, last but not least, the taiga biome right here on the edge of the tundra. Ice here in the water, and look, it's full of snow and hills and mountains and trees and everything like that, and it is the last biome that we need to find, and that is exciting. I'm not really sure if we found all of them technically or not. It was very difficult to tell the difference between a lot of the biomes at the moment, just because the trees are all basically the same. The color tinting isn't really too distinct between the different biomes. Very hard to tell. But look at this one. This is the taiga, and yeah, it's like a very cold forest, and that makes it really, really cool. That was a pun, not even intended. You might be able to tell. I'm pretty tired now. I've been doing this all day, hunting down biomes for you and me, and trying to get to the full list of biomes checked off. Oh, sheep, I need to head back home. You know, it's a wonder, because I brought my compass with me, and I'm glad that I did, because the compass is pointing back to spawn, so at least I know how to get back there, because without that, I would be completely lost. I tell you, completely lost. Let's find a nice spot for our final photo for the photo album. Let's say up here somewhere. Oh yeah, look at that. You've got the forest down below covered in snow. Over here you've got a clearing with snow on top of the hills, and off in the distance, of course, the mountains. Even if you look out there in the bay, you can see the tundra ever so slightly off in the distance. So this is a great little spot for a photo. Let's get out the trusty old camera and get our very last photo of the adventure in... And that's it. All the photos of the day are done. Well, today we have been off adventuring to find all of the new biomes added in Alpha 1.2.0. But even with all of that, there's even more history to talk about with these new biomes. I've mentioned previously that the way the biomes generate is based on a combination of temperature and rainfall. In fact, we've already seen Notch's whiteboard preview image, which gave us an idea of what temperature and rainfall value combination must be met in order for a specific biome type to generate. Here's an updated version of this graph from the Minecraft wiki showing it in a little more detail. My understanding of this is that when the game calculates the temperature and humidity values, they'll fall somewhere within this range in the triangle, and the resulting biome will be generated. These coordinates are also cross-matched against two texture files held within the game code, one for grass colours and one for leaf colours. This is what gives certain biomes a more lush green colour and others a more browned, dried out feel. I believe that this is also what helps the biome colours transition seamlessly as you walk between biomes in the world. Out of all 10 biomes we've seen so far, there is actually another unused biome in the game, and I'm not talking about the Hell biome which makes up the Nether. This is an overworld biome called an ice desert. It was coded into the game, but never implemented into the temperature and rainfall tables, so never generates naturally. It was possible for players to see this desert by the use of mods, which is how we're able to see this image of it from the Minecraft wiki. The biome is a mixture of tundra and desert, but flowers, trees, and passive mobs are non-existent. The ice desert is the coldest biome to generate, requiring temperature levels of just 10%. In another piece of trivia, wind the clock back to the end of August 2010, before even Alpha 1.1.0 had been released. A now defunct online magazine called Minezine conducted an online interview with Notch. In this interview, he was asked about how biomes would work. He said, "The level generator will generate large maps using different parameters, and the biomes will be the result of those. Right now, I'm planning on having temperature, humidity, and danger. Dry and hot makes desert, humid and cold makes snow, danger and hot, and there will be possibly lots of lava." From this, it sounds like Notch was entertaining the idea of a danger level, which could add another element into the world generation. In his example, he's talking about increased danger in hot biomes could result in more lava generation. So would this mean that in colder biomes, an increased danger level might result in other perils, like thin ice or players freezing to death? It might have been interesting to see how this would have been implemented, but it seems like the idea of danger levels was never developed further. Look at that, I can control the compass needle just by looking in the opposite direction. That's really weird. Well, thank you for joining me in today's episode of Minecraft The Journey. If you enjoyed yourself, then please feel free to click the like button. And also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already for more amazing content like this. We have so much more Minecraft to explore, it's going to be a blast. And please click the bell button as well, because that allows you to get notified every time I upload a new episode. And who doesn't want to know about that, right? But until then, as always, thank you for watching. This has been bugmancx. You've been watching Minecraft The Journey. Bye bye.